Hello and welcome to this episode of the Guides with Glasses podcast. I'm Bandito John and I have with me No Name Josh. Hey buddy.
What's up, John?
Hey, so this week we are going to chat about the mixed reviews of Beyond Two Souls. That's kind of an interesting topic. Want to talk about Pokémon X and Y that's coming out, some news about the XCOM DLC, and we also have some interesting plans for this weekend that we
Indeed we do.
that we want to chat about. So, first off, this Beyond Two Souls stuff. I was really hyped about this game, actually. I was going to get it day one, and I actually hesitated, and now I don't know if I'm going to get it because it got mixed reviews online. So what's the story, Josh? What are people saying?
People are saying that, well, it's either you hate it or you love it. Lots of 100s, lots of 80s and 90s, and then 60s and below. It was just really weird. There's like no middle ground. It's either it got A's and B's or D's and F's. It was just really interesting. But a lot of people are saying that unlike Heavy Rain.
I love that game, by the way. Heavy Rain was amazing.
Yeah, well, apparently Beyond has like this story, but it makes you feel like you're not a part of it, I guess, is what some of the bad reviews said. And the control system's wonky is the other thing they said.
Yeah, it's interesting because the studio that made this is only their second game.
Yeah.
And they're kind of known for making like these interactive movies. They make really unique games where you kind of do minimal playing, or the playing is just, you basically just move your character and press one button, so it's really approachable. And you do a lot of watching cutscenes. And in this game, they kicked it up a notch. They had Ellen Page and William Dafoe, two great big-name actors, do all the motion captures and face scanning and all the voice acting and stuff. And I was really excited. I mean, I'm okay if I'm not doing a lot of interaction, but it seemed like a lot of the reviews were also saying that the storyline was kind of cheesy or was kind of clunky. And my thoughts are that if I'm going to be watching basically an interactive movie for 12 hours, the storyline has to be strong. And there was kind of the mixed reviews saying that wasn't necessarily the case. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I feel like if Ellen Page and William Dafoe were in it, and there was another few big-name actors in it. The dude who plays the Green Goblin was in it. I think that's who it is, right?
That's William Dafoe.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I got it all mixed up. I apologize. I got the names all screwed up in my head. But anyway, I apologize. But anyway, I don't think that they would do a bad game. Like, I feel like they would look at it and go, either this is bad or good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they would do something crappy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be in that camp that just would love this game. But yeah, it's weird. Usually you start seeing like some consistent reviews and some trends going. But I mean, in this case, it's either love it or hate it. And it seems like a lot of the big sites, when we were talking before the podcast, you were saying like I think Kotaku and IGN and stuff. Some of the big names, they didn't like it, but some of these smaller publications did like it. So. Yeah. I don't know if that's maybe a sense of like jaded, big gamer site-ness or what.
Well, it's also who reviews it, Maybe that person just really doesn't like that style of game. I don't know. I mean, I know as like a reviewer you're trying to be objective about it, but I feel like if you play only RTSs or mainly RTSs and then you play an interactive movie, you might not be that enthralled with it. But who knows? I feel like they'd have to pair up the reviewer with something that they kind of like, at least.
So, did you play Heavy Rain?
I did. I loved that game.
I loved it too. So, Heavy Rain was really different. I don't even really consider it much of a game. I consider it more kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure story. It was like, you're reading this story or you're watching this movie and there's certain points where you have an opportunity to take an action. And yeah, it was just so fresh and so original. And there was some like really intense scenes and, multiple different endings depending upon how you did or, what you did at these critical junctions. I thought it was really cool. And I think that if this game is like that, but with better graphics and You know, I know that there's kind of like this ghost aspect or the spirit in here. That sounds cool to me, you know, so that's why I was really excited. Apparently the co-op is supposed to be fun. Have you heard about that?
The co-op for Beyond?
Yeah.
I have not heard of it. I am sorry, I'm out of the loop on this because
so
I don't have the money to buy it.
I am being stingy with my money because Pokemon is coming out this weekend. I'm like, ooh, which one do I get between those two? But yeah, the co-op is supposed to be cool in it, so I don't know.
Well, the co-op, well, not the co-op, but the multiplayer in Last of Us was shockingly cool. I've
actually never played the multiplayer. I've never even turned on the multiplayer.
Well, you have to like take care of your survivors. It's pretty cool. Like you have to get a certain amount of like scavenge to keep your colony healthy. It's pretty interesting.
You know, on the topic of multiplayer, last week we went on a tirade, a rant, so to speak, of, to put it mildly, about the Grand Theft Auto 5 and all the issues that they were having with it. And I picked up the game over the weekend, and as soon as I turned it on, there was a patch, and I didn't have any problems, which was awesome. The game was great for me.
Of course you didn't, you bastard.
Yeah, because I think the patch came out like that day when I got the game, so I was like, oh, I am having no issues. And I know that there's been a couple more patches that have come out even since then. It seems like every couple of days they're fixing a lot of the major bugs. I enjoyed it. What are your thoughts on the multiplayer? Have you had an opportunity to get in there and play some games?
Oh, on GTA?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Me and Mark and James have mostly been doing it. But, holy crap, there is so much to do. There's still a few bugs. So, they're having problem with saving your online game progression. So, like, you'll log back in a couple hours later, and the 100 grand you just had is now gone. And you'll have, like,
that sucks.
$7,000 you started with, or...
I know they've been trying to fix that.
Yeah. Well, that was the other thing. My car disappeared out of my garage. I was seriously angry because I spent like 70 grand on the thing. Like, just upgrading it. And, you know, I'm not like super far into the game where I have thousands and thousands of dollars. It was like, I played a number of missions to get there. Anyway, those are kind of annoying. But what's even more annoying to me is they patched one of the missions so that it pays you less. Because it was like kind of a cheap way to make a lot of money. You could spend 5 minutes and make $9,000 on one of Gerald's missions, but they fixed it so it only pays out 3. Yeah, because you can just sit there and hit replay, and you play it over and over again, and in an hour and a half you have $100,000 or more, you know?
Yeah.
So, they fixed it, so now it only pays out like 2 or 3,000. I can't remember. I was like, that should be the last thing you try to fix. But as Mark pointed out to me, I'm sure what they did was went on the server and typed in, deleted the 9 and put in the 2 or 3 and just pushed it through. You know, like no big deal. Yeah. But otherwise, it's great. I love flying around in the choppers. Me and Mark and Andrew today went base jumping. That was pretty fun.
Oh, that's cool. You know, actually, I have a gripe about the multiplayer, and I think this is just part of the gameplay decisions here. I am late to the party, so I will jump on my soapbox here. But after playing GTA, this is my favorite of the GTAs, but that's actually not saying much because I haven't really played very much of any of the others. But I think there's just so much polish. Like, the voice acting is great. There's so much to do. The world is vibrant and awesome. So much detail. The game is just amazing. And so I hold it up to like a really high bar, you know?
Yeah.
And one of my gripes with the game is that I think the controls are really complicated. There is like, hold down this button and then press this, or hold down these 2 buttons and then this happens. And I was in multiplayer, and you know, when you choose GTA Online, you just dive in and like you're in the open world, you know, with other people. And I was doing the beginning opening mission that you have to do in order to be able to join people's games, which isn't clearly explained that that's required, but I know that we talked about that, so and there was
I
gripes
know,
that
I
it wasn't
agree.
working.
That should have been like clearly defined. Like,
yeah,
hey,
and
don't
it's
quit
not.
out in the
It's
middle
like,
of this and try to join somebody else's game.
yeah, they don't
It
explain.
totally
They're just like
bones you.
unjoinable, and then you realize they have to do these beginning missions. Yeah, and I kept getting hunted down by all these people in my multiplayer game, and it's GTA Online, so it has to be multiplayer. And I'm just trying to do these basic missions where I'm trying to go change my clothes, and I'm getting hunted down because I'm on the map. And you can change the option, and you have to, for some stupid reason, you have to pay $100. Like, it's so trivially small, but it's still some small amount of money. And you can make it so that way you're not attackable, and you can't be killed when you're outside of the car. Which is dumb because I have to go to my destination. I'm in my car and I got these people fucking chasing me. I'm just trying to put on some fucking clothes, and I'm getting, like, these people are literally following me, trying to kill me here. And it's so frustrating. And when you get out of your car, you can still be run over. That is, even if you turn on the mode where you
Oh, really?
can't
That's
be attacked.
interesting.
Yeah.
Really, they shouldn't allow you to get killed until you get out of the fucking...
Yeah, so people are trying
tutorial.
to run me the fuck over, and it's... Oh, God. And
I'm
they're
sure
like,
it's because they find it hilarious that you can't finish these basic missions.
yeah, so this thing that should have taken like 20 minutes ended up taking me like over 90 minutes to try to finish because I kept getting killed, and I had to respawn and then drive back over there, and then I was getting, hunted on the way. I was really frustrated. That wasn't a good opening experience. But then once I was done with that, I actually had a lot of fun. And there were like some surprisingly cool people. Like I was robbing a convenience store in the game, and I was just kind of messing around. And then like I had like 3 stars on me, and like I'm not very good with like getting rid of them, and so all these cops were chasing me and stuff. And out of nowhere, one of the other guys that was in the game, he comes down in a helicopter and like picks me up, and I was like, "You're awesome." Like, I don't know why you did that. And he just chatted to me. He's like, "Where do you want to go?" And I'm like, "Wherever you want to go, buddy." It was awesome. It was just like, like, that was a good guy compared to these other douchebags that tried running me over when I'm just trying to change my clothes, for the stupid mission.
Yeah.
But,
oh, somebody
yeah.
picked up Andrew and put him on top of a building. Like, came in with one of these military choppers. It's like a Chinook, the 2 props.
Yeah.
Came down and, like, hooked his car while he was in the middle of a police chase, and then flew him away and dropped him on a roof. It was freaking amazing.
So how did he get down? Or did he not?
He had to jump. He didn't. So
awesome.
I will say the convoluted controls were a nightmare, because to turn on your parachute, you have to hold down back, then go down to inventory, then go and find parachute, and then turn it on to have the parachute. So
there's just so much to do that, like, basically, I'm sure that was a nightmare of, like, how do we map 1,000 actions to, a 20-button controller?
Yeah, well, that was, like, the biggest problem for him, right? So, but it was just funny because Andrew and his friend, I can't remember, Matt or somebody, were like, "Oh, are you serious? All you gotta do is hold down back?" Because they couldn't find it for the life of them, so...
Yeah.
And it doesn't clearly explain that you can...
are like holding down back. It's like hold down buttons for extra menus. It's like that. I think that's a really bad control design when you have to hold down things. It's fine on phones, but it's not, I don't think it's fine on a controller.
It's I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say, like, how else are you gonna do it? Like, hit this combo of buttons to open it or what?
Yeah. I mean, things like when you're driving, you have to press left on the D-pad and it changes to, like, the next radio station. But
well, you can hold it down and it gives you the wheel.
Yeah, it gives you the wheel, but then it's like, so yeah, you're holding down. You press a button quick and you just change the radio station. But the thing is that there's 20 radio stations, so it's like I don't know if I'm gonna like the next radio station, and I don't know what's up there. So it's like really, I would prefer if I just press that and then it opened up the wheel rather than holding it to open up the wheel. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, yeah, but the holding it is nice because, well, I agree. The wheel would be nice to just stay up until you hit, like, the left button again, but sometimes, I don't know. I don't know why that's there, actually, now that I think about it, because what would be the harm of having it where you hold it, or it goes to that wheel, because it slows down time anyway. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't ask me. I have no idea why they did that.
Yeah, I mean the game is awesome, but it's got some weirdness, and I think part of this is just like you have 1,000 people that work on something and you get like some weird design decisions. But yeah. So this weekend, Pokemon comes out. Josh, are you gonna get Pokemon?
Hell no.
Why?
I have not played Pokemon since I was a child.
I want to battle you.
Secondly, I don't have a 3DS or a 2DS.
Okay, well, then that's a fair point. So you wouldn't be able to play it even if you wanted to.
And neither would Nick if he was here. He doesn't have either one of those either.
So, me and my wife, we each have a 3DS, and we're
not by John's choice.
Yeah, so I got the first one because Maggie wanted the first one, my wife, and then for the second one, the Animal Crossing Special Edition 3DS came out, so we got that. So that's why we have two. My wife loves special editions, and we're gonna get both X and Y. I think we got Silver and Gold when it came out, but I didn't play it that much. But this one is supposed to be like brand new. It's supposed to be like the best Pokemon game ever made from the early reviews that are coming out. And man, I was a Pokemaniac when it
I was a
out.
Red and Blue Pokemaniac. I loved those two games. But after that, I never really played it. Red or Blue? Blue. I was Blue.
All right. You're my brother.
Blue, yeah. My buddy had Red. I had Blue. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a quick story. Man, I'm still pissed about this. Like 15 years later, I remember playing this in like 6th grade. So like before school, I'd bring like the link cable, and plug in the Game Boy and battle against people. And my best friend at the time, he wanted to get that starter Pokemon, and you can only get the starter Pokemon if you trade at the, from the very beginning. Like you basically need someone else to trade with you. And I was already complete with the game. I had like level 99 characters and stuff. And he told me.
I see where this is going.
Yeah, he told me that, why don't you just reset your game, and give me the starters, and then I'll reset the game later and give you the starters or whatever. This made sense in my mind, although looking back on it, didn't make any sense. And so I reset my game and I gave him the starters, and then did I ever get the starting Pokemon? No. I just got my game reset. Fucking asshole. I'm still pissed at that guy. Screw him.
I would be too, because 99% is a long time. It's a lot of time.
Oh man, I played Pokemon so much. I used to watch the cartoon. New episodes of the cartoon used to come out at 6 o'clock in the freaking morning. I used to get up before school. I used to set my alarm just so I could watch new episodes.
Oh, I know. What is with that? That is completely gone now. Like,
that was dumb.
Well, what I mean is like, when you were a kid, it was like amazing because you're like, well, I could watch cartoons in the morning with my cereal, but now it's like, the news and shit. I'm just like, oh man, kids are missing out. Or it's a stupid cartoon.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I was really addicted to Red and Blue. I got Gold and Silver. I played it a little bit. Yeah, this whole new one. I mean, a whole new viewpoint, all new Pokemon. There's now like mega forms, whole new cities, new fast movements, and it looks cool. It looks fun. I like that I think they finally fixed a lot of gripes that people had for the past decade. So,
whew, finally listening to the fans.
Because the previous games were all pretty much the exact same, just with additional Pokemon, or an additional kind of world. But I mean, in this one, it's it's totally redone. I mean, it's a whole new platform. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of people that need to listen to the fans, freaking, what is it? 2K, who makes XCOM, decided that for all the console people, they're not going to release it as downloadable content. They're going to only allow you to buy it on disc with the original XCOM enemy. What is that? Damn it! Enemy Thin is the new downloadable. Enemy Unknown. There we go. And I'm so upset about this. So is
again.
Yeah. So they only include it on their Commander Edition. So you have to go and buy the game all over again. Mark and me are pissed off about this because we both got it on the 360. I don't have it on Steam, so that just pisses me off.
Looking into my crystal ball, I bet that this is a timed exclusive to sell more copies of the game.
I agree, but
I'm sure it'll come out later on DLC for downloadable by itself.
But it doesn't make any sense to. I guess what I'm saying is that everybody who's going to buy the add-on is already going to own the game, and if people think that it's ripping them off or that it's a timed release, then everybody's going to wait anyway. I don't think somebody who's like, I'm kind of on the fence is going to be swayed to buy the whole game over again.
The hardcore fans will.
Hardcore fans will, yeah. I mean, I would if it wasn't full price, but I'm pretty sure it's $60, so I don't want to do that. But it upsets me. Maybe I'll try to find Enemy Unknown on Steam for like $9 and then buy the add-on.
Then you're falling into their trap. You're buying the game again.
You're so right. You're so right. Okay, I can't do it. I gotta just hold off until
on principle, buddy. You
I
have
know.
to hold your will.
I know. It drives me nuts because the game is so awesome. And when we went to PAX, I got to go to that panel, and they talked about it and showed it off, and it was so freaking cool. Yeah, I just really wanted to get my hands on it. Now, totally hosed, and it infuriates me.
I'm sorry, buddy.
But something that's going to make me happy. What
Tell me.
we are going to do this weekend, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
Or hopefully the both of us will.
Yeah.
It's the zombie paintball.
Yeah, so this is amazing. So, out at, like this, I think it's called something Farms.
It's a big pumpkin patch out here in Washington.
Yeah, out in the Snohomish area. And they have like a big haunted house every year. And this year, they have a hayride, except there is paintball gun turrets on the side, and you're shooting at zombies that are trying to take over.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. It is. It sounds awesome. And if you buy the tickets online, you get like half price double ammo. I'm so excited. Shooting zombies in the face.
It's kind of funny because, like, in the pictures, they show, like, people dressed up in, like, zombie makeup, trying to crawl up in it, and no mask on, and I'm like, I'm aiming for some heads, and I'm sure they're gonna wear masks. I hope they do, because otherwise, they're gonna get really fucking hurt.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking, because the instructions say, aim for the head, and I was
and then they're like, they're not wearing a mask, and it's like, there's gonna be some eyeballs popping out.
I was gonna say, those dudes are gonna get seriously mangled, but maybe they'll wear like a paintball mask that has zombie face on it. I don't know.
Maybe they'll.
But
so they also have a haunted house out there.
Yeah, it's supposed to be scary as shit because they do.
Oh yeah, well
that
screw
field.
that. I'm not going because I am a big
I feel like
pansy.
you'll be scared in the maze if we do it at night.
Yeah, I will shit myself, dude. I am not going in that. So on Reddit, they had a thread for people that work. They were asking people that work at those type of events. What are some fun stories and stuff. And a lot of those places, they have a whiteboard in their little break area, and they have it called number 1 and number 2, and they take a tally for all the people that have pissed themselves or shit themselves, and they take it as a sense of personal pride when they scare someone enough to make them piss themselves. There's even stories of people having heart attacks, man.
That should be a mark of pride. If you can get someone to shit their pants in fear, you have done your job right, man. That is amazing.
Yeah. Oh God, I am such a pansy. That sounds so scary. So, kind of a fun Halloween or scary story here. My wife, she lived in Japan for 2 years, and there's this big amusement park that's out near Mount Fuji. And when I went to go visit her, we kind of thought about going out there, but we didn't have an opportunity. But they have a dedicated 2-story giant building that's a haunted house. It's open up all year round.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah, and inside they made it look like an abandoned hospital, like all bloody, and everything. And they have permanent workers that work there, and it is supposed to be absolutely terrifying. Well, what's really scary is that it's pitch black, and they just give you a flashlight. One flashlight for your group of 4.
Oh, that's awesome. That is a cool idea.
Yeah, and it is supposed to be scary as balls, and they have multiple exits, so if you get really scared, you can leave at any time. But the line is like super long to get in, you know, so like you have to be really dedicated. You know, you're gonna wait in line for like 3 hours to try to get in, and then you piss yourself, in the first 2 minutes and head out. But there's a story from one of our friends that like he was going in there, and then his flashlight started going out. The batteries were dying inside of there, and he got so scared. It turned out that out of who the hell does this, but he had batteries on him, and he popped them in, and they were the right size, and they worked, and so he kind of saved the day. He felt like the hero for that group. But like, yeah, I mean that sounds frightening as hell, man. I don't think so.
That would be really cool. I think that's a really cool idea. Oh.
Yeah. Well, like in this case, with this haunted, place inside of the maze or in the corn patches, dude, screw that.
I'm gonna pull a Monty Python on you, and we're gonna go for something completely different because it popped into my brain right when you were talking about it for some reason. I am writing an article.
Me into going?
What?
Uh-huh.
Oh no!
Oh,
no. I'm not gonna trick you into going. Although that would be freaking hilarious. So maybe I will. But I was sitting in class a couple days ago, and I realized that BioShock Infinite is based on the history of women's rights. I'm telling you, I have a compelling theory to this.
So you're gonna write an article on it?
Hell yeah, I'm writing an article on it. I've already started it. It's interesting. I didn't even realize it, but I will give a couple of things. First of all, the Comstock laws are something that prevented birth control from being mailed or shipped or done anything with, which I think is interesting because who's the main bad guy? It's Mr. Comstock. And then all the major factions, the major resistance is women. And also Elizabeth is trapped in this huge, beautiful cage, and many women from the 1830s to probably 1800s all the way to almost the turn of the century believe they felt like they were trapped in a gilded cage. So I think that's part of it.
Interesting.
But I'm writing a huge article about it.
Sounds good.
I'm excited. I don't know why. The historian in me just fired up when I started putting pieces together. It might not have anything to do with that, but I feel like they may have accidentally done it.
Well, on that topic also, talking about some history and thinking about literary works. Ender's Game is coming out.
Oh yes. Only a few more weeks, man. I'm excited.
I'm going in there with some hesitation. I hope it gets good reviews. It looks good in the trailers.
It looks amazing in the trailers. Have you ever read the book?
Yeah, I have. Okay,
spoiler alert for everybody else. Don't listen to this part just for 30 seconds. Okay. What drives me nuts about the commercial is they show the end of the fucking movie in the commercial. That's infuriating to me.
With all the alien ships and stuff?
Well, no, where he fires the doctor device at the very end of the commercial.
Oh, yeah.
I was just like, how do they get away with that? That is such bullshit. But, okay, everybody
people just want to see explosions. It's to try to get that, that action movie vibe.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the battle room. That's an awesome part of that book. And I really hope it shows in the movie. I'm sure
Cassie's excited, too. Cassie's been pumped about this for months.
Yeah, Cassie is excited about it. And, oh, man, after I've read almost all of the Ender's series, I'm pretty excited, too. I think Ben Kingsley was a really good part for Mazer Rackham.
Yeah, if this is maybe they'll do Ender's Shadow and everything.
I don't think so. Those books aren't actiony enough. I would love to see them be made into movies, but none of them have enough pure action to them.
Yeah.
There's less there's no like battle room or real fights. I mean, it's a lot of like story and philosophy building up to, you know, a couple of big events during the thing. It's not like, you know, constant fighting.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Oh yeah, we're right on time. So,
Yeah.
topics for next week. I would like to discuss Halloween. It's
Okay,
coming up.
Halloween. Yep. I will
Maybe
definitely
we'll
be on
chat
that.
about like some ghost stories or something.
Yes, that would be
Halloween
great.
costumes. And
Yep.
on the opposite side of that coin, I want to talk about Pokemon.
Okay, we'll talk about Pokemon. Oh, and Nick should have played through Beyond Two Souls by then, so I think we'll probably
Awesome.
end up actually talking about that and whether or not it's good. And I feel like we all have fairly the same game tastes.
Yeah.
I mean, you have different tastes than I do, and like say, you like kind of froofier games than I do, and
I like what I like to call artsy.
yeah, artsy. There we go, artsy games.
Yeah.
And Nick likes weird games, weird niche games a lot of the times, other than
Yeah.
you know the main good games. But yeah, and I like RTSs. That's my thing.
Yeah. Well, we're in the season where all a bunch of new good games are coming out. So
Oh, I know.
it's awesome.
That's my problem. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to buy all these amazing games, and I
I
feel like
well,
a
maybe you
teenager
just
all
gotta,
over again when I don't have money. I'm like, damn it! I have to ask for Christmas gifts of video games. But
All right.
all right,
Well,
you guys.
I mean,
Oh, sorry.
oh no,
Go
I was
for
gonna
it.
say this is Bandito John and
This is No Name Josh.
Meow.
I love the meow. See you later, guys.